Let's start. Okay.
Recording in progress.
Let's go ahead. We are done with chapter 1 as such overall. Tell me. The basics, tell me. Basics you have covered, no? There were certain solved examples which you had to see. Should we do that? Are you okay, everyone? Huh? Should we do that example of ITC available and how it will be used? Chalega? Everyone? Let's finish up that then. Chalega? This will be again discussed later on in your ITC chapter. But again, very important. Okay, Niraj. Order of utilization of credit. ठीक है? ITC ऑफ. ते पेन तुझेत का? साक्षी? पेन पेन्सिल तुझेत ते? पेन? हाँ. ITC ऑफ. First one. IGST. Now first of all let me ask you a very quick question. When do you get ITC of IGST? When do you get it? When is it available? What have you done so that you are getting this ITC of IGST? Tell me quickly, bachcho. You can unmute. Very good. But which purchase? Interstate purchase. Is it okay, everybody? Interstate purchase. Yes. Correct? All of you okay, na? Utilized for. Very good. Okay. First. Tell me first priority. Now when I use common sense, when I utilize for means what? Output. Output tax. Ready, bachcho? Yes. First priority, IGST. Second priority, CGST is not like that. So I am writing about SGST. Okay? Correct. Very good, Akshay. Did you understand this? Any and in any proportion. So between CG, SG, any of them can be first, and in you can share between both of them simultaneously in any proportion. Is it clear? Are हाँ या ना? बोलो बच्चों. Okay, Indrajit, can we go ahead, everybody? Chalo. Second point, ITC of CGST. When bachcho is it available? Intrastate purchase. Now before I use ITC of CGST, some condition is required. When can I use CGST ITC? Is there a condition? Before using ITC of CGST, do I have to check something? Akshay? Others? Bolo. If not, again just quickly go through the study material. Ready, bachcho? Are हाँ या ना? Pay attention, okay? Please pay attention. Look at this sentence. This is which page? 1.16. Okay, please pay attention. After ITC of IGST is utilized, after entire, very good Indrajit, after entire ITC of IGST is utilized, first finish the account of IGST ITC. Utilize that first. IGST bachcho is available for IGST, CGST, SGST. अरे हाँ या ना. Universal donor can I call them? IGST, ITC बच्चों can I call them universal donor? You can use it for IGST, SGST, CGST. Only when, please understand, only when IGST is completely utilized, then बच्चों you can use ITC of CGST first towards CGST output and then towards IGST output. हाँ या ना? Tell me. Indrajit okay? Khushbu, Mansi, Nitin, Akshay. Tell me guys. All okay? So I'm writing a star mark. CGST ITC to be used only after completely utilizing which ITC? IGST ITC. Correct everybody? Okay till here? After that, ठीक है, that is okay now. Utilized for. Now utilized for means obviously बच्चों output tax. Now here बच्चों what is the first priority? CGST. Second priority IGST. I hope you're understanding what I'm writing. After that utilized for, so I'm talking about output na. Input बच्चों set off against output. So these things are बच्चों output. When do I have CGST output? Interstate sale. When do I have IGST output? First one was CGST intrastate sale. IGST interstate sale. Agreed? Understood? अरे हाँ बोलो ओके बराबर ना all of you. Fine. So let's go ahead everybody. Done. Now can you see, in a way bachcho, can you see still the rule, some rule is still applicable over here, that ITC of CGST is not available for ITC of it is not available for output of SGST. Clear? Done or no? Can you go ahead everybody? Chalo. After entire ITC of IGST is utilized, only then but you can use CGST for CGST first and then IGST. Correct? Thereafter, ITC of SGST बच्चों should be utilized for SGST and then IGST. Clear everyone okay till here? अरे हाँ या ना? So third point, चलो write down. No complications over there. Okay? To utilize CGST बच्चों, for that we have to see IGST is available or not available. हाँ या ना? Third. ITC of SGST, okay, to be utilized for that is output tax. First SGST, second IGST. So can I also call बच्चों IGST as universal acceptor? Acceptor ना, whatever that word is. Check ना. I can reduce my output IGST. Okay, I have बच्चों output IGST. From there I can input. From there I can reduce input IGST. What is output? Output is IGST. From that बच्चों I can reduce input IGST. From that also I can reduce input CGST. From that also I can reduce input SGST. Are you getting my point or no? Basically all three. What is common? IGST बच्चों can be reduced. Okay, IGST output बच्चों can be reduced from any of the ITC. अरे हाँ या ना? All of you clear? बोलो. IGST output, from that you can reduce any of the ITC. IGST ITC, CGST ITC, SGST ITC. Agreed? Cool. The only problem is, again if you see here, ITC of SGST does not entertain or allow output of CGST. So they don't mix over there. Okay? Now should we solve some examples? It is already solved. Let us check them. Okay, बच्चों. चलो. Please understand and please be careful and stay alert. In case of local supply, बच्चों, as soon as you use the word local supply, it is intra or inter? Intra. What happens in intra? Both get applicable, CG and SG. The supply route charge dual GST, that is CGST and SGST, that is specified rates on supply. And now look at the terms, they are starting to use the word supply. है ना बच्चों? Clear है? Clear till here? Supply of goods and services. Supply of goods or services by A to B. This is intra. ठीक है? Ready? चलो. Value charge for supply of goods and services, that is the price before taxes, 10,000. Agreed? CGST, SGST 99%. Agreed? Half of intra, it is. So total price charged by A from B is 11,800. Now बच्चों, for B, please understand. This is output tax or no? This output for A is input for B ना. अरे हाँ या ना? बच्चों, B has ITC of CGST and SGST. Agreed? All of you okay? Now check. The CGST and SGST charged on B will be remitted by A to the appropriate account of CG and SG. Okay, accounts, bank accounts. A is the first stage supply. That means he is creating that material. He has not purchased from anybody. Okay. A is the first stage supplier of goods and services and hence does not have any credits. Okay. Did he buy from anybody? No, as such. Or even if he has purchased, he is purchasing such materials on which tax is not levied. Simple. Is it okay, bachcho? If I let us say, just for the sake of example, I buy milk and on milk there is no GST, but out of bachcho milk I prepare and sell paneer or pede sweets, okay, and I pack them in tin. So bachcho, on that obviously tax will be levied. Very less but still levied. Clear till here? Are हाँ ना बच्चों? Clear till here everybody? Chalo, pay attention. Supply of goods and services by B to C. So A to B done 10,000. Remember na? Now B to C, and the value addition is 20%. क्या हो गया अभी?
Recording stopped.
Now wait for 2 minutes, everybody. Okay, I'm here. Ready, all of you?
Recording in progress.
B2C बच्चों value addition is what? 20%. So he has purchased net of taxes 10,000. He is doing his own value addition of 2,000. 20%, so 12,000. Now, this is also still inter, okay? Interstate only. So now B will charge on 12,000 9%. 9%. Is it okay बच्चों? है ना? So total invoice price is 14,160. But now from B's point of view, please pay attention. From B's point of view, pay attention now. I'm writing here name of taxes. Right now, no IGST was involved. So I'm writing here, pay attention, CGST, SGST, and you can write if you want total, etc. This is a computation of B. Please understand. What is the output? Can you see here? 1080, 1080. Agreed? Arey haan. Less. ITC. Can I? Is there IGST, ITC available for B? Is it given to us? Not given. Huh? B is a separate person, separate assessee. But we don't have the details, isn't it? So what ITC bachcho we have? 900. 900. Any issue still here? All okay? Simple? Are hi ya na? 180, 180 something. Is it okay bachcho? 180 CGST payable and 180 SGST payable. Simple or no? All of you okay? Can I go ahead? The statement of revenue earned by central and state government, check. A paid 900 ना बच्चों, है कि नहीं? And B paid only 180 180. Agreed or no? Because we gave him the credit, no? But ultimately 1080 collected by the government. How? Because the final product going to the customer is of 12,000. On that 9%, 9%. Check. Is it right? On 12,000 बच्चों. 12 nines are 108, no? Correct. Are हाँ? Done everybody? Because the final product bachcho sold by B was for 12,000 worth before taxes. Done? That was a very simple example, okay? Chalo, illustration 2. In case of interstate supply, we charge IGST. Chalo, ठीक है. X from state 1 to state 1 to A of state 1. This is inter. This is what bachcho, sorry, intra only na. State 1 to state 1. Clearly here? Intra only, within. What do we charge? Both the taxes, CG and SG. Correct? Check here. 10,000, 900, no problem. Correct here? Fine. B bachcho again same thing, 12,000. That is his value addition is given of 20%. But now check. A was the buyer, है ना? Of state 1 to B of state 2. Bachcho, what is A charging output? Tell me. He is charging IGST. Are हाँ या ना बच्चों? IGST total बच्चों will be single rate. IGST rate is total is how much? Always CG plus SG. अरे हाँ. So he is charged 2160. So how does it look? The scheme look like? IGST output minus what बच्चों? CGST ITC or SGST ITC. है ना? One after another. है ना? So 2160 minus 900 minus 900. We'll come back to the same thing. समझा? Check. Less. So IGST output minus CGST input, SGST input. Are you all following or no? Khushbu, Indrajit, Akshay, Mansi, all of you tell me. बोलो फटाफट. चलेगा? How much it is? That 180 plus 180 is same thing, na? 360. Now check. The IGST charged on B. Speed ज़्यादा लग रहा है. Okay. Because we had discussed this, and in fact, actually this is in fact very basic example. Okay. Check here. What was the first seller's name? I'm writing here. X to what? A. And then A to B. Is it okay? X to A was intra. And A to B is inter. Correct? So right now we don't have much complication, because here we have from A's point of view CGST ITC and SGST ITC. And what is A charging? IGST. So what is the output? IGST. And from that I can reduce CGST and SGST. Any problem with that? है ना? So if you saw ITC of CG and SG, it can be used for IGST or no? All okay? Okay? Their examples are running into two, 3 pages. Okay? So keep it in front of you. Can you go ahead? Only difference is what? ITC of 2 of them are available. है ना? And output is only one tax. That's it. समझा? First example was what? A to B, B to C, and both were बच्चों इंट्रा. अरे हाँ या ना? This example ना? Okay? A to B I think, and then B to C ना? This was intra. This was also intra. So intra we had ITC of both, as well as output also both, and they can set off with each other only, not against, not cross. There will be no cross utilization. This is not allowed. है ना? Clear or no? Understood clear? Third example. Okay. This third example only, no? Wait, where were we? Check here. So IGST charged on B. Is it okay? IGST charged on B, understood? Of state 2. Because A and B are of different states. Na? So A took the entire IGST of 18% and gave it to the government. Hai na? After reducing his own ITC. Yes? Basically, how much bacho A paid to the government? Government 360. Okay? So IGST charge on B of state 2 will be remitted by A of state 1 to the appropriate account of central government. Which is the exporting state? State 1. This is state 1 na bachcho. X was also state 1. They are from the same state. And B is bachcho state 2. Clear till here? The state 1 exporting state will transfer SGST credit of rupees 900 utilized in the payment of IGST to the central government. Basically, the government will share its own, the state government will share this reduction to the central government. Okay? Because why, bachcho? Because you are reducing central government's revenue. How? Because from IGST you are reducing this SGST or no? हाँ या ना? You reduce, no? Therefore, the state government needs to transfer this SGST, whatever has been reduced, okay, to the central government. Clear till here? This bachcho, the government will do on its own. We are not involved with that. Okay, that is just at the law part. We are not involved with the internal settlement between the governments. Fine till here, all of you? All of you okay? We are mainly concerned how much A bachcho will pay to the government and which all credits he can take. Samjha? Chalo. This is the third example, I think. Pay attention, okay? Supply of goods and services by B of state 2. Is it continued or is it different now? नहीं ठीक है. It is this, same ठीक है. X to A to B, and now B to C चलेगा. Okay, ready बच्चों? B to C. C is also state 2. B is state 2 as well as C is also state 2. Yes. This also, now this is intra. Can you see or no बच्चों? B to C is intra. This is not a different example, it is continued. Check. I'll just remove some figures here. Tell me before taxes was how much? Before taxes, X to A 10,000, it is same. X to A, check here, 10,000. Okay. You have the textbook in front of you. Then A to B, bachcho, before taxes was how much? 12,000. Agreed? Are ha. Before taxes. And B to C before taxes 14,400. They are all adding their own 20% profit margin, you can say. Okay, everybody? Barabar na? This is before taxes. Okay? Fine. Intra, SGST, CGST. A to B, IGST. B to C, these guys again. Is it okay? Are you समझ रहे हैं ना all of you? Okay. Now they are talking from B's point of view. चलेगा? Now you tell me बच्चों, B has what ITC? B has what ITC? IGST. अरे हाँ, B has what ITC? IGST. B has what output? CG and SG. Isn't it? Correct? CG and SG. So again, how will you, is it allowed? Tell me. GST ITC. Is it allowed or no to be set off against CG and SG? Look in your notebook. Look in your notebook, bachcho. That is the first thing which you have written. ITC of IGST is allowed for IGST output, CGST output as well as SGST output. Yes, it is allowed. Correct? Good. So bachcho, for B, okay, B, this guy. What is the ITC? 2160. Is it okay, bachcho? है ना 2160. And on 14,400, 9%. How much is that? This will get here 1296. 1296. समझा? So check output of CGST, SGST. Check here. Where is it? चलो ready ना बच्चों? Is it okay? So B to C 14,400 without GST. Then it is intra, therefore 9%. So value of invoice is 16,992. That's okay. Look at the tax payable. CGST, pay attention now. CGST output 1296. This figure. They are reducing much IGST here. That is completely allowed. 1296. How much we have? I have 2160. Hai na? Clear? So they have utilized 1296 here. No problem. Is any CGST payable? Nothing. Then SGST payable 1296 same. This figure. Hai na? And do I have balance? How much I had IGST initially? Bolo 2160. Are ha. Out of that, some gone here. 1296. Clear? How much remains now, bachcho? 1080, is it something like that? 2160 minus 1296, 864. So 1296 minus 864. Samjha? How much is payable now? SGST is payable. Which is payable? SGST is payable. 432. Can I do vice versa? Can I do vice versa? Can I do bachcho CGST payable? That means first utilize towards SGST and then balance utilize towards CGST. Look in your notebook. ITC of IGST, CGST or SGST in order, in any order and in any sequence. If you want, please write on your. अरे हाँ है ना ओके क्लियर अक्षय नितिन खुशबू मानसी इंद्रजीत ऑल ओके बोलो फटाफट नितिन समझा क्या पर दैट्स व्हाई रिवीजन इज वेरी दिस इज वेरी बेसिक So whenever in doubt, where can I utilize first? Always look at this table. ITC of IGST, है ना? It can be used for output of IGST first, but after that in any order and in any sequence or any proportion also. So yes, Indrajit here suggested sir take half. Also allowed Indrajit. I will not waste time in that, but okay, you can bachcho do. You can do what? Half also. Okay, half samjha. Did you understand? Half means what? How much IGST I have total? 2160. अरे हाँ या ना? चलो half of 2160 is how much? 1180 how much? 1080. ठीक है. This is also fine. समझा all of you? Yeah, 20 correct. 160 half correct. How much was the output? 1296 correct na? So 1296 minus 1080. Here also bachcho 1296 minus 1080. Both will be payable. Clear all of you? समझा? The central government will transfer IGST credit of 864 utilized in the payment of SGST to state, to that is importing state. Now what have we reduced bachcho? Output is what? CGST, SGST, है ना? Output. How much was the output? 1296, 1296. Agreed? And what was the IGST available? 2160. Okay. Now forget this example. Which one? Which I did half of. What has the government done, or what is the study material giving you the answer? This is completely utilized against each other. Yes. है ना? And then balance IGST was how much बच्चों we discussed? Hmm. 864 ना? From here बच्चों 864 we reduced. Correct? Did I reduce my SGST output or no? Did I reduce my SGST output or no? Yes, I reduced. So I reduced both the state's share also, है ना? And then because of that, to the state, only 432 is what बच्चों? Getting paid instead of 1296. Why? Because I am reducing 864. And how are you reducing 864? IGST. And IGST bachcho mainly goes for center. So now your center, okay, the center will pay 864 rupees to the state government. Which state government? The importing state. Why importing state? GST is bachcho destination based, consumption based. Correct? Is it intra sale or no? This part is intra na. So even state government should get its own full share, but because of IGST credit, it is reducing. So the part will be given to the state government. Okay, the importing state government, or the whatever, the buying state government. Clear? Now which government gives to whom, that is right now not part of our syllabus directly. Okay, everybody? This internal settlement, this government, the central will give to state, or the state bachcho will give to center. That is not as such our syllabus. Okay, समझा? All of you ठीक है? That's it. अच्छा, GST common portal we are already done also, no? I mean, at least I had given you 4 studies. Can I go ahead, everybody? बोलो हाँ. Next one. Ready बच्चों? We start with the chapter of supply. ठीक है?
Recording stopped.
Next chapter. इनकम टैक्स की आदत आदत है ना, आदत. Lengthy chapter, theoretical chapter. Okay. Can we start, all of you? You have not gone into sections and all right now. Okay? Ready, बच्चों?
Recording in progress.
Second chapter, supply under GST. So first of all, the basic question can come to your mind is which act are we doing? Okay. So what we are doing? CGST Act, central. Okay, CGST Act, because state to state, the ruling, I mean, it is overall uniform, you know? But the main syllabus or the main act which we have for us is CGST. All right, all of you. So whatever may be given in the study material, just check. It is given up to a particular date. After that, whatever we have, we'll have to do from amendment booklet. Okay? Ready? Bacho, okay? So bacho, we don't use the term sale in the act of GST. We use the term supply. Okay? Very interesting. Now, because even if there is a principal to agent supply, agent to third party, or whatever, or agent to principal, or gift also, gift, you know, is not a sale, correct? Normally, but you understand, when principal gives his goods to agent, is that a sale? No, technically no. But for GST, okay, we look at the term supply and not just sale. Okay, so even if it may not be a commercial transaction, still we will treat it as a supply. A very interesting case, in fact, which I'll tell you, is about branch transfer. What did I say? Branch transfer. An entity bachcho can have multiple branches, no doubt about it. Branches, you know. And if there is a stock transfer, you understand stock transfer? From industry to go down to wholesaler and all of that, you know, or various depot you may have, depot you understand, supply depot, you might have heard of this depot, you know, where you are storing your stock. So even in bachcho, one depot is in Delhi, another is in Kolkata, and you're transferring your stock. That's it, because Kolkata requires it, or there is need for this branch. So Delhi department or Delhi bachcho go down as such depot is transferring to Kolkata. Is it a sale? Branch transfer bachcho, is it a sale? Tell me, all of you. Branch transfers are not sale. But still GST will be applicable, because it is supply. Clear, all of you? Are haan? Because it is supply. Clear? Can I go ahead? Chalo. Taxable event. Okay, so all of the things you have to understand. A taxable event is any transaction or occurrence that results in tax consequence. Now, what you tell me, do you remember something called as charging section? You know, in income tax, and also section 145 in income tax. Now I know you, no one of you will be able to remember. Still, I'll do time pass. Tell me. Anybody? Tell me. गजब बेइज्जती है. हाँ ठीक है ना. Tell me 145 section 145 of income tax. I'm not even asking how companies act. Bete 145 asked. PGPP is like 28 to 44. 145 I'm asking you. Bete मौज कर दी बेटे. 144 is what? Companies Act. Services not to be rendered by auditor. 145 auditor to sign certain documents. Income tax. बोलो. 145. 145 which is mentioned in PGBP chapter of our textbook. हाँ मानसी. Accounts, what accounts you're talking about? Very good Khushbu. Yeah. And also iOS. Yes Mansi. 145 बच्चों gives you method of accounting, or basically for which all head of income, when the income is taxable, on the receipt basis or accrual or mercantile, that is accrual basis, or what, है ना? Correct all of you? Isn't it everybody? Simple example बच्चों, let me give you. If I talk about lottery income, what do you think, how it will be taxable? It should be bachcho taxable obviously on receipt basis. I am talking a basis now, mercantile or cash. Okay. So basically section 145 allows, section 145 bachcho allows what kind of books of accounts you can maintain, either cash or mercantile for different heads of income. Okay everybody. Again for salary, if you remember salary, how it is taxed? Receipt or what? Accrual, whichever is earlier. Hi Anna? Isn't it everybody? Got it? Same thing we are discussing here. When the supply will be taxable? When you have just a book entry or actually done the supply right now, the sale is recorded later on and all of that. Supply means, the sale means supply. Correct? Okay? So all these things will be there. All these things will be there. When the ownership is transferred, not transferred, all those things we have to understand. So that concept bachcho is called as, pay attention, time of supply, which is bachcho completely another chapter. In fact, the tax liability will arise at the time of supply. You will be like, sir, what is happening? Supply should exist, supply should happen. So when the supplies happen, that concept is called as time of supply. Okay? On what amount the tax should be levied will be called bachcho value of supply. Again another chapter. And hi Anna. If you remember bachcho TDS chapter, TDS 194J, 194, I think we had done at 10 and 194C. That time I used to tell you, for 194C, whatever is the gross amount of the invoice, on that 194C is done. However, bachcho 194J as well as your maybe it was there. On the service tax, that is GST component, you don't do the TDS. So basically the value will change on which value you are doing TDS. Okay? Or on which amount you are calculating tax, net taxable income. There was so much of competition bachcho, hai na, to calculate the tax liability. On what is the figure on which we will calculate the tax. Similarly, what is the amount or value on which we will charge the GST? That is value of supply. Correct? Again another chapter. Clear or no? All of you bolo. Arey bolo haan. Pakka? Can I go ahead everybody? So for both of them bachcho, first thing what we should know is that what is supply? Is there a supply or not in the first place? That bachcho we have to see. Clear or no all of you? Yes? Can I go ahead everybody? Chalo. So before levying any tax, taxable event needs to be ascertained. It is all time pass. So what is the taxable event? Supply. Supply of goods and or services or both. So various taxable events, namely manufacture, sale, giving of service, purchase, okay, entry into state, etc., have been done away with in favor of just one event, that is called as supply. That means for excise, manufacturing, remember VAT, sale, service, supply of service, different laws had different point or time of taxable events. Now we have only one event, which is what called as supply. Supply happened, then there is a tax. Clear? No supply, no tax. Understood or no? ठीक है, fine. First, goods. Some definition which we have to do. So which act are we doing? CGST Act. Clear or no? All of you okay? Okay. Goods means every kind of movable property. Movable. Just now what we saw, that's why on real estate GST was not there. So what did I tell you, bacho? In fact, in real estate GST will be there as well as will not be there. Okay? What is the important point I told you? When GST will not be there in real estate sector. I am just checking how much I remember from earlier discussion. Very good, Mansi, good answer. GST will not be there or will be there. Good. Wrong answer. Opposite. There is no GST on supply of immovable property. I am repeating, pay attention. There is no GST on supply of immovable property. When you buy and sell land, buy and sell flats, GST is not there because it is immovable property. But bacho, when you are buying under construction property from the builder, when you are buying under construction property, over there bacho, there is a contract of, you can say, works contract of construction of goods, as well as he is providing obviously the services, layout, design, planning, everything. So it is in fact during construction of the property, GST will be levied. Once the property is constructed, then bacho it is fully an immovable property, will say. Correct? And thereafter, if there is a sale or supply, that's why I said for a ready-made property, there is no GST. Are you still understanding or bouncer? Bolo bacho. Akshay, is it okay? Is it okay? Last time I'll repeat, but last time, okay? Under construction property, GST is there. Fully constructed, immovable property, GST is not there. Yes, correct, Indrajit. All of you okay? Because GST is not there on immovable property. And when is property immovable? Only when it is ready. Okay? Fine? Chalo. Can I go ahead? Then, every kind of movable property other than, this is bacho clear cut your definition of SOGA, sale of goods at. Money is not goods, है ना? And securities. But includes actionable claim. Actionable claim bacho debt, है ना? Debt. Growing crops, grass and things attached to or forming part of the land which are agreed to be severed. Severed means cutting, you know that. Before supply. So there is an agreement that you will get severed crops, grass or anything attached to the earth. है ना? Currently, yes, Indrajit, correct. Or under a contract of supply. Okay? Now wherever required, I'll come back to the definition. So please fold your page a little bit over there or keep a sticky note. Definitions. Okay? Fine? Whenever required, we'll have to come back here. Understood? Consideration. Ready, bacho? Consider we have already done in law. something in exchange. And consideration बच्चों also we know that can be past or present or future. Remember or no? Agree? बोलो हाँ. Correct? So consideration in relation to supply of goods or services or both includes any payment made to or to be made, whether in money or otherwise. Give me meaning or example of otherwise. Kind, very good, in kind. So, but even if you're getting something in exchange in kind, still it will be treated as supply. I mean, it is part of consideration. Okay? In respect to, or for inducement of supply of goods or services or both, whether by the recipient or by any other person, that is okay. Means let anybody make the payment. We don't care. Remember, Bachu, there can be a third party to a consideration. So let anybody honor the consideration. That is okay. Are you understanding what I'm telling you? Let anybody else pay on somebody else's behalf. You are getting coaching right now. You are getting the service. You are getting the consideration. But somebody else has paid on your behalf. Agreed? So the payer may not be the recipient of consideration. The payer may be your parents or somebody else in your family has paid the fees. But are they getting the service as such directly? No. On their behalf, somebody else is getting. Clear? But not to include any subsidy given. Okay? Not to include any subsidy given by the central or state government. So if the government has helped, but so that we will reduce. Not to include means what? Less. That is reduce. Fine till all of you? Are bolo haan. Understood na? Then the monetary value of any act or forbearance. Forbearance, this is again your contract at not to do. है ना? Non-compete like. The monetary value of any act or forbearance in respect of, in response to, or for the inducement of supply of goods or services both, whether by the recipient or any other person, but shall not include any subsidy given by the central government or the state government. So any payment or any monetary value, okay, of anything done or not done. Fine till here? Let me just touch upon this example. However, pay attention. A deposit given in respect of supply of goods or services shall not be considered as payment made for such supply. Bouncer, है ना? Over there, but you can write an example. I'll give you an example. Just first understand. This I think we had already covered in the chapter of house property. Landlord tenant. Who is giving service to who? L to T or T to L? Bolo. Correct. Service. Service of supply, you can say rent. Okay, rent of immovable property or renting of immovable property. So, bacho, tenant is going to pay the rent. Yes, still yeah. So this is a supply, है ना? Or the rent which he is getting is a supply. Clear till here? Fine. However, the landlord has taken a deposit. Fine till here, all of you? That deposit, bachcho, will not be taken as consideration. Samjha? A deposit given shall not be considered as payment for such supply. That deposit, bachcho, is not towards the service. It is just a security. Haan na? Is it okay? Let us say, I had given this example in house property income tax. Let us say, bachcho, this is 1 month rent is deposit. Are you understanding my example? What did the landlord say? I want 1 month's rent as deposit in advance. Agreed or no? All of you? Are haan? So if it is a refundable deposit, that is not your income. or that is not part of consideration. Agreed, everybody? All of you okay? If it is a refundable deposit. If it is a non-refundable deposit, it is supply. If it is a non-refundable deposit, it is supply. Correct? Now check the unless part. Unless the supplier applies, apportions, adjusts such deposit as consideration for the said supply. Basically, the landlord adjusts that deposits or applies the deposits towards supply of service or goods. Means what? Let us say the agreement was for 12 months. Are you recollecting some example now? Are you remembering? The agreement is for 12 months. The tenant pays 11 months rent only. Why? Why, bachcho? Now there is an application. Means what? Use. Understood or no? Adjustment of that deposit towards rent. Are हाँ या ना? Clear? So plus deposit adjusted. Agreed, everybody? Plus deposit adjusted. Okay, all of you? Can you go ahead? Actionable claim means a claim to any debt. Okay? Other than a debt secured by a mortgage of immovable property or by hypothecation or pledge of immovable property. So they are running much other than, so can I say also called as unsecured debt? Any claim. Or to any beneficial interest in a movable property, not in the possession, either actual or constructed, of the claimant. It is not in the possession, okay? Although of whoever is claiming it, which the civil courts recognize as affording grounds for relief, whether such debt or beneficial interest be existent, accruing, or conditional or contingent. We'll see some examples of this. But again, you have a right to claim some debt, or you have some interest in any movable property. Alright, that will be about actionable claim. You can take an action. You can take an action against your claim. Okay? Can we go ahead? Check your service, time pass again. Means anything other than goods, money and securities, okay? Anything other than goods, money and securities. But includes activities related to use of money or its conversion by cash or by any other mode or from one form of currency to another denomination. Again, bachcho, your foreign exchange. Use of money is allowed. Means what? You're converting that cash into some other form, maybe into gold, or that means you're taking cash and giving gold, or giving gold, taking cash, correct? Or you are what you're doing, you are a foreign exchange currency dealer, foreign exchange currency dealer. Again, you're taking money for money, so even that will be part of service, okay? It includes, that is included, any activity related to use of money, okay? Done? Sure. So, we have to do only mainly CGST and IGST laws. Mainly CGST only. State GSTs we are not dealing with. Okay? Fine, everybody? Sure. Concept of supply. Section 7. Ready, everybody? Yes. Ready? Sure. So what are we have to see? The concept of supply is the keystone. Time pass. The provisions to the meaning and scope of supply are contained in chapter 3, which you are doing right now. Okay. With the various schedules given under the act. The following sections and schedules will be discussed. What we have to understand. Okay, bachcho? Ready now? Section 7. Meaning and scope of supply. 8 we'll do later on. And schedule 1. Activities should be treated as supply even if made without consideration. Did I just discuss about branch transfer? Tell me. Bolo bachcho. Branch transfer. Branch transfer bachcho are what? Generally branch transfer bachcho will be without consideration. है ना? Clear till here? Generally, normally. Okay? So even if made without consideration. ठीक है? Schedule 2. Activities or transactions to be treated as supply of goods or as supply of services. Important. That means schedule 2 gives you clarity. Pay attention. Schedule 2 just gives you clarity that this is a commercial transaction, whether it is supply of goods or supply of services. Simple example, bachcho, I'll give you about restaurant. What did I tell you last time? On the restaurant, bachcho, both were applicable or no? What both? VAT as well as service tax. Agreed? Why? Because it involves both. Yes? But in GST, bachcho, in GST, it is only either as goods or services. This clarification is given. Okay? If you are selling mobile phone, that is completely goods. If you are giving bachcho network on the phone, that is service. But there are other examples or other you can say transaction on which it is either both are supplied, goods and services. So here schedule 2 gives you clarity that what is the predominant characteristic. Predominant means what is the major, you can say, feature in that transaction. Okay. So if it is supply of food in the restaurant, that can be one thing, either whether it is goods or services. It is supply sale of immovable property. Again, I'm talking about under construction. Hi Anna. Works contract. Had we discussed works contract or no? Tell me this. Works contract. What is bachcho works contract? Anybody? Bolo. Anybody? Nobody? Works contract. Work. Construction of buildings. What else? Completion of tasks. Bridge. हाँ ठीक है. Work contract. Works contract. Basically, anything that involves supply of goods as well as services. Your bachcho, let us say example, live space. Have you heard of live space? You might have heard about live space. Not lipstick, baba. Wrong focus you have. Live space. Anushka and Virat are doing advertisement of that. That is again a furniture brand, or mainly I'll not call it furniture, but your architecture and all. Everything is involved. You know. You can later on Google. Okay. But there were already lots of ads on TV already of this brand, Live Space. So you just go there and show them the blueprint of your house, and they will design as well as what will say implement and install the furniture. Okay, everything. So they are providing you service as well as actual furniture goods. So when a contract involves both service as well as material, it is works contract. Okay, follow. If you go to a tailor and tell him to customize dress for you, material also with him only, he will show you material and all. Let us say works contract. Clear? All right or no? Very good, Indrajit. Catering. Which all we had seen? Catering, what else? And 194C, not I, 194C. Advertisement, I mean, just for the sake of example, Service as well as goods, okay. TV production, my goodness. ठीक है. Okay, everybody. Anyways, we'll do obviously doing more examples. What about? I'll give you one more example. I don't know how many of you use it, but LPG. Let me use the word cooking gas. You're using much cooking gas, है ना? You buy cooking gas. What are the goods in that? The gas. Okay, what is the service in that? What is the service in that? Service. Come on, think. Service. तो LPGs. The gas is transport. Good. Wow. Nice. Good answer. Transport. Now purposely to discuss LPG, but these days many places now they are supplying gas in pipeline. Anna? Pipeline. So again, maintenance of that pipeline, transport, even that is a service also, no? Right, everybody? So it involves goods as well as service, right? Can I go ahead? Chalo. So schedule 2 just categorizes between what is goods and what is services, which for mixed transactions. And schedule 3, exempt, check. Neither goods nor service. है कि नहीं? Not taxable only, na? Not taxable. Clear or no? अरे बोलो हाँ. Can I go ahead, everybody? चलो. Statutory provisions. Ready, बच्चों? चलो. The proper section we are doing, okay? Meaning and scope of supply. So we'll be reading with Bare Act also. We had not done that with income tax, but we are doing with GST, okay? Ready? Section 7. Subsection 1 clause. Supply includes. First of all, what kind of definition? Inclusive, correct? Narrow or wide? Wide. है ना? It includes बच्चों all forms of supply of goods or services or both. All forms. Such as actual sale, transfer, barter, exchange, license. Can you give me बच्चों any example of license? Issuing of license, for that money is taken. दारू का license, best, correct. Liquor license, that example you remember nicely. Shop Act, ठीक है, fine, Shop Act license. Food license, the restaurants compulsory need to have food license. License, what are anything else? Crackers, remember crackers? Medical license. Wow, beti, good, nice, good. Crackers, remember or no? During Diwali and all, because you're keeping in a way explosives, so you need that light license, okay? So for issuing of license, money is taken. I mean, whatever, that is also supply. So issuing of license is also a supply. Okay? Fine. Rent, lease, long-term rent is lease. Good, yes, no, then petrol pump license. Or disposal. Or even disposal. Made or agreed to be made for a consideration by a person in the course or furtherance of business. In the course or furtherance of business. Okay? Little bit heavy right now, is it? So currently, they have given you examples. Check. What are the examples? Sale, transfer, barter, license. I'll tell you that. Rental, lease, disposal means discard. Disposal means what? Discarded. Scrap. Remember sale, scrap sale. Remember scrap. Scrap is discarded. Scrap. But a supplier is getting consideration or not? Tell me this. Yes. Because it is clear cut given बच्चों. Supplier is getting consideration. For a consideration. Correct? From a person, by a person. Okay, by a person that this supply is done. In the course or furtherance of business. Simple बच्चों, that is. It is a business transaction. And not personal transaction. It is a business transaction and not a personal transaction. Okay? Means pay attention. Just for the sake of example. If I sell a car sold. So obviously I'm in a way right now I'm discussing second hand car sold. है ना? Second hand. है ना? Second hand means my car is older now. And I'm getting rupees 1 lakh against it. ठीक है? Everyone okay till here? Now me as a person, am I doing this for me? I'm getting rupees 1 lakh and I'm supplying the car. This transaction बच्चों for me is a business transaction or personal transaction? It is a personal transaction. ठीक है? It is बच्चों personal transaction. Then when can it be a business transaction? What should happen that if a person sells a car for rupees 1 lakh, it should be a business transaction? How बच्चों? How it is possible? When will you say that sale of car बच्चों is a business transaction? Correct? I should be in the business of buying and selling of cars. हाँ ना? I should be in the बच्चों business of buying and selling of cars. Did you understand or no, all of you? बोलो. समझा कि नहीं? Everybody tell me. पक्का? So can I call a showroom dealer when he sells the car, new car or second hand car also? That is the course or furtherance of business. Furtherance of business, that means you are taking the business further ahead. You are taking the business further ahead. That's what is called as furtherance of business. Understood or no? बोलो हाँ. ठीक है? Everyone okay till here? So furtherance of business means what, bachcho? It is a business transaction, not a personal transaction. You should be in that business. Bachcho, can I say PGPP now? So if a person is earning salary income, है ना, salary income, and he sells his car and gets his money, should he charge GST? No. Because buying and selling of a car is not his business. But there is bachcho agent. There is what bachcho a agent. And that is his work. That is bachcho his work of buying and selling of cars. Then yes, that selling of car bachcho is in his business interest or in the furtherance of his business. Understood the difference between both? Correct. Second part. Understand, please? Import of services. Now, why on import we are calling it a supply? What is the connection of import and GST? What had we discussed a little bit? Anybody? Correct? We charge GST बच्चों even on import. Agreed or no? That you written on first or second page itself. Okay? Import of goods or services. In that case, we had seen along with customs. If it is goods, we are also बच्चों charging which tax? Which tax? Which GST? Which GST? IGST रे बधीर, not import tax. Hey बधीर, VAT. What we are talking about? IGST. We had seen a diagram also, by the way. We had seen the diagram also. Okay, foreign territory to India, IGST is applicable. So that is the common sense, na बच्चों. Who will pay the IGST? That exporter बच्चों is not going to charge. That exporter sitting in the foreign country is not going to charge IGST and pay to the government of India. अरे हाँ या ना? USA to India. Who is the supplier? USA or India? Who is the supplier? USA is the supplier. Why will he follow our laws? So he is not going to charge IGST or anything. Who has to pay? The importer has to pay. समझे all of you? Finally here, the importer has to pay. ठीक है? Can I go ahead, everybody? So, importer of services, right now, services. For a consideration, so not free. Whether or not in the course of furtherance of business. I took बच्चों legal advice or architecture advice or some investment advice from my friend sitting in Australia. है ना? Whether I have to pay GST or no, what do you think? I paid him. I बच्चों paid him. Import of service against consideration, whether or not in the course or furtherance of business. I told him I'm dealing with a breakup or divorce, है ना? Help me with my family matters, है ना? I paid legal fees. He's a lawyer, a renowned lawyer in Australia. He said, okay, friendship different, this different. So I said, okay, no problem, give me discount, but I'll pay. Has that बच्चों divorce or anything to do with business directly? No, but still on that बच्चों I'll have to pay GST. Clear all of you? So whether or not in the course or furtherance of business. Okay? And activities बच्चों clear cut given in schedule 1. Now what was बच्चों schedule 1? Without consideration or with consideration? It was without consideration. Agree till here? So whatever is बच्चों given clear cut under schedule 1, that is supply. Now, is it okay? What is common बच्चों between A and B? What is common between A and B? Very good, Indrajit. Others, all of you answer. What is common बच्चों between A and B? Consideration. In clause A as well as clause B, बच्चों getting for consideration. Clear till here? And C is without consideration. Yes, till here all of you? हाँ ना? ठीक है? Can I go ahead, बच्चों? ठीक है 1A, ready बच्चों? 1A, where certain activities or transactions 1A constitute a supply. It is a supply as per subsection 1, which we had done just now. They shall be either goods or services as given in schedule 2. What is the schedule 2? It just give you bifurcation between goods or services. That's it. What is 1A saying? 1A is saying that once subsection 1 says that it is a supply, then it is a supply of either goods or services as per schedule 2. That's it. Goods or services. That is the only distribution you have to do. Chalega? 2. Clause 2. Notwithstanding anything contained in subsection 1, who will override who? Tell me, bachcho. Very good. 2 will bachcho override 1. अरे हाँ, clause 2. I'm talking of clause 2. समझा? So, activities or transactions. Pay attention. Huh? What is now clause 2 saying? Subsection 2 saying activities or transactions specified in schedule 3. Okay? Or such activities or transactions undertaken by the government. Undertaken by the government. Government is the supplier. Government or state government or even local authority, in which they are engaged as public authorities as notified by the government. Basically, their activities will be neither goods nor services. So, all those activities mentioned in schedule 3, as well as certain activities which are notified but supplied by government, CG, SG or local, they will not be supplied. Understood or no? ठीक है? And subsection 3 बच्चों, subject to 1, 1A and 2. So 3 is बच्चों subordinate है ना, junior. The government may, on the recommendations of council, specify by notification the transaction that will be treated as either supply of goods and not supply of services, or supply of services and not supply of goods. That is okay. Again, a bifurcation between goods and services. ठीक है? Done? All of you okay till here? बोलो हाँ. It is inclusive definition. Okay? हाँ लगा दो. It does not define the term exhaustively. Means what? It is story exhaustive. It does not. It is whatever written does not define the term exhaustively. Means whatever is given in the meaning is not a final meaning. You can expand the meaning. Okay? Okay, that is fine. Check here. Supply of anything other than goods or services like money and securities does not attract GST. Supply of money or security. Supply of money. When you take a loan, money is supplied or no? Are हाँ या ना? Correct लिया? When you take a loan, money is supplied. So, but that is not, on that basis GST will not be applicable. Clear till here, all of you? Okay. Can we go ahead, everybody? Chalo. Supply should be made for a consideration normally. That is also okay. And it should be made in the furtherance in course of the business. In the course or furtherance of business. Look at your 7.1, na? What we were doing in a 7.1, na? Yes or no? That sale, transfer, lease, license, all of that for a consideration. That is second point. And third, in course or furtherance of business. It should be a business transaction. है ना? Again, it is giving an entire story what we have already discussed. Okay. In import of services, what I'm just quickly repeat. You have the textbook in front of you, that's why you can navigate quickly, okay? In import of services, is it important in the furtherance or course of business? In case of import of services, is it important? It should be a business related import of service. Answer is no. Okay, so they're just discussing that. Can there be a case that it is a supply even without consideration? Can there be a case? Yes. Schedule. One ना बच्चों. Current. Schedule 1 but schedule 1. Yes, schedule 1. Check here. Schedule 1. You will write down this in your notebook. This is your homework, huh? Sincerely. This bare at least heading you will write in as homework. I want to see it in everybody's notebook. Clear till here? Schedule 1, without, it is supply without consideration. You can write it short, that is also okay. 2, just goods or services. 3, no goods nor services. Are ha, bachcho. Clear till here? So there can be a supply bachcho even without consideration. Schedule 1. Clear? And there are certain items which are kept outside GST. Schedule. Some items on which no GST. Why? It is neither goods nor service. Schedule 3. Clear? Important. Underline this line. Negative list. Negative list means what? A list of those goods or services on which GST will not be applicable because it is neither considered as goods nor services. है ना? Understood? चलेगा? Is it okay? चलो. Supply of, just underline with me, anything other than goods or services does not attract GST. So it has to be either goods or services or both. If it is neither, no GST. Okay, Nitin? Goods means any kind of property. Excludes money or securities. Includes actionable claims. We are going to see that actionable claim. We have seen the definition. Huh? Any kind of debt which you can claim. And service, anything other than goods. Exclude money securities but includes use of money and conversion of money by cash. Or you can say changing of denomination, for which a separate consideration is charged. Okay. Foreign exchange dealer, foreign exchange currency dealer, but it charges commission or no? Obviously yes. What is the commission? The difference between buying rate and selling rate. Clear all of you? बोलो हाँ. ठीक है ना? Can you go ahead? And the other things are getting repeated now. So 7.1a. All of them, these things which are discussed for a consideration in course of furtherance of business. ठीक है? चलो. First one. These are the forms of supply are only illustrative and not exhaustive. These forms of supply are only illustrative and not exhaustive, means that is not, the story is not over. Just because they use the word sale, transfer, barter, exchange, license, rental, lease and disposal. But apart from that can also come as long as the meaning is similar. Okay? Check. So again what are they saying? These words are not defined. What is sale? What is transfer? What is barter? So to take their dictionary meaning only. है ना? चलेगा? The dictionary meaning of the term sale is the act of selling, specifically the transfer of ownership and the title to property from one person to another. That is your definition meaning. Soga bachcho is a contract of sale in which of goods is a contract where the seller transfers or agrees to transfer the property in the goods to the buyer for a price. That is what property means. What bachcho again? Ownership. है ना? Remaining much we don't need to do. Check. A shopkeeper sells a pen for rupees 100 to a buyer. After the sale, the pen belongs to the buyer. Wow. So nice. We did not know only. And shopkeeper does not have any right on the pen. This is a transaction of sale. A company transfers goods from its factory to the depot for sale purposes. This is transfer but not sale. Are हाँ या ना? This is a transfer where the sale has not yet taken place. Understood? So this is transfer. So transfer is not sale. Clear? But बच्चों is transfer supply. बोलो इस ट्रांसफर बच्चों सप्लाई. Yes, transfer is बच्चों supply. अरे हाँ अक्षय ओके. नितिन खुशबू कैन वी गो अहेड. चलो. बार्टर एंड एक्सचेंज सेम थिंग. बार्टर बच्चों एक्सचेंज ऑफ गुड्स है ना. इवन दैट इज अ सप्लाई. समझा. चलो. द डिक्शनरी मीनिंग. मेरे मैसेज हाँ नितिन आ रहा है. मे बी इट गॉट लॉस्ट इन अदर मैसेजेस. The dictionary meaning of term barter, again dictionary meaning, is to exchange, yeah that is okay, goods or services or for other goods or services instead of using money. Apples and cotton exchange, correct? Apple and shoes. So basically your wheat, this you know what is barter and I don't have to tell you in detail, okay? Chalega? They have kept that also open over here in definition. Even barter bachcho is considered as supply. So while barter deals with transaction which only includes an exchange of goods or services, exchange may cover a situation where the goods are paid for partly in goods and partly in money. Means whatever you're getting, against that you're paying partly goods and partly cash. Not barter means what? 100% exchange of goods services. Exchange means partly in goods and partly in money. Understood or no? So when there is a barter of goods or services, same activity constitutes supply as well as consideration. Okay, whatever you are getting in return, that is consideration, and whatever you are giving, that is supply. When a new car worth 5 lakhs is purchased in exchange of old car along with monetary consideration of 4 lakhs. Understood or no? This is a supply. Classic example. Mobile phones, washing machine, TV, refrigerator maybe. Rupees 1000 cash back or what? Rupees 1000 exchange value. Understood? So how are you paying that 20,000? Or let us say the price of new fridge is 20,000 for example. How are you paying that 20,000? 18,000 cash and 2,000 rupees old fridge. Are हाँ या ना? Everybody clear till here? Alright? A doctor got his hair cut from a barber and provides a medical consultancy in return. Exchange of services. This is barter. In this transaction, the doctor provided medical consultancy to the barber, for which the consideration was in form of hair cutting services provided by the barber. One person's service was other person's consideration, and that was the exchange. This is all time pass, okay? Barber is cutting hair of doctor, doctor is helping with medical advice. Clear? Both of these transactions are supply. Cutting of hair is supply as well as medical consultancy is also supply. Clear? On both these transactions, bachcho, GST will be applicable normally. Okay? I am not putting any other conditions right now. Samjha? Ali haan. Next one. License, lease, rental and disposal. Dictionary meaning license, permission granted by a competent authority. Hai na? Of something, if you don't get the license, it will become unlawful. If you don't get the license, but it is unlawful. Liquor license, if you don't have, you selling liquor, unlawful. You can directly go to jail because the government wants duty, excess duty on that. Hai na? Alcoholic liquor for human consumption, remember or no? Can I go ahead, everybody? Disposal means sale, pledge, giving away, use, consumption or any other disposition. Okay? Rental तो you know. Lease is a legal agreement by which money is paid in order to use land, okay, a building, a vehicle, or piece of equipment for agreed period of time. That is your lease. That is also okay. Under GST, such licenses, leases, and rental of goods with or without transfer of right to use are covered under supply of service, because there is no transfer of title in such supplies. है ना? In sale बच्चों, in sale generally बच्चों, if it is sale of goods, है ना, sale of goods, there is बच्चों transfer of title, है ना? But in supply of services बच्चों, services, there is no transfer of title, ना? And let us say I am giving you service, there is no transfer of ownership of anything, okay? So that is supply of service. Consideration means what? Something in return, or that is a payment. Consideration बच्चों can be in kind also. This also we can done. Consideration can also be flown or made by third person, okay? Star mark this. However, any subsidy given by CG or SG is not considered as a consideration, okay? Deposit बच्चों, that example I told you, deposit adjusted, okay, will be supply, है ना? Applies means adjusts against supply of service, that will be supply, okay? Which one? Deposit. I have discussed this example of deposit some time back. चलेगा ना? Can you go ahead? Consideration. Donations received by charitable institutions from individual donors without quid pro quo, है ना? That examples you have to do. And artworks sent by artists to galleries for exhibition, okay? Let us talk about second example first. I mean, just for the sake of example, artworks sent by artists to the galleries for exhibition. Have you heard of this? First of all, exhibition, you are aware of exhibition. Again, you are showcasing something over there temporarily. You know? There are generally these art galleries. Art galleries means, or you can say any kind of hall also, on which your saris, some materials, handicraft items, paintings, sculpture, these things, you can say made by some artists, are displayed for a temporary purpose. 2 days, 5 days, 1 week max. For what purpose? But why are they doing the exhibition? Whoever is organizing that exhibition, but they may charge 5 or 10 rupees or 20 rupees, depends again, obviously, depends. For as entry fees, they may charge from the visitors, entry fees, rupees 5, rupees 10 or 20, whatever it is, correct? But why are they displaying? Why are the artists also displaying? Why? Why, Dada? Why? Bolo. Very good, Akshay. Others? Why? In the hope of, it is invitation to offer. Very good, Nitin. It is invitation to offer. Display. You are displaying, bachcho, the products, so that the party, whoever sees, might be interested in buying it. Hai na? Possible. Clear till here? So that bachcho may be for that hope. In that hope, bachcho, he may give it to the gallery that please display my item. It may be sold. Just tell all of you. So check. Donations received by charitable institutions from individual donors without quid pro quo. Without. Acha. Who is the recipient, bachcho? This charitable institute. Without quid pro quo means, is that charitable institute doing something for the donor? No. No. Hai na? So check. An important feature of consideration is quid pro quo, something in return. Donations received by charitable organizations are treated as consideration only if they donation received treated as consideration only if there is quid pro quo. Hey Bhagwan. If quid pro quo, consideration. If not quid pro quo, not a consideration. Bouncer. The donor gives a donation to the trust. Charitable initiative means trust. If the trust बच्चों gives any kind of benefit to the donor, is there a quid pro quo? If the trust gives him some benefit to the donor, is there a quid pro quo? There is a quid pro quo. Quid pro quo means what? Something in return. So when the donor bachcho, whatever it may be the example, what did I say? Can you see the arrow? Arrow though you can see na? Donor, not mental satisfaction beta. No. Trust is making a room or a hall or an auditorium in his name, in the donor's name. Okay? Or trust is organizing some function in the name of the donor. So again, that recognition bachcho. Okay? Is it okay till here right now? So if, let us say, if the trust gives some benefit to the donor, yes till here, then bachcho, this donation is considered as consideration. Samjha? Same example. Donor gives donation to trust. And trust doesn't care at all. That means, okay, they're like, thank you, fine, no problem, ticket tata, bye bye, goodbye. Then bachcho, this donation will not be considered as a consideration. Because there is no quid pro quo. Clear or no, all of you? Is it fine? So when the trust does something in return for the donor, there is a quid pro quo. So that will be bachcho consideration. That amount given will be treated as consideration. Okay, check. So it will be treated as consideration only if there is quid pro quo. That is, there is an obligation on the part of recipient, okay, to do something. Let us say as a supplier of service. Okay, just check. Let's check an example. Ready, bachcho? I'll try to cover till here. Let us see. Ready? Chalo. Generally, institutions such as religious institution, trust, charitable organizations, schools, hospitals, orphanages, old age home, etc., they receive generally financial help, or any other support in the form of gift or donation. In order to pay attention now, express gratitude towards such help or support, the recipient trusts places a name plate or similar acknowledgement in their premises by donation of, or in, you can say, gratitude of. My college, bachcho, BMCC, the name itself of the college, BMCC, was given in the gratitude of or in the memory of Brihan Sugar Factory, something like that, Brihan Maharashtra Sugar Factory. They had given a substantial amount of donation that time for the construction of the college building. Okay? So that nameplate is given, that for donation I am just expressing gratitude, thank you. Clearly here? But pay attention, okay? Please pay attention, okay? Because now from here on, a little bit of grey area starts. Grey area means what? This is right, even that is right. So we have to check at case to case basis, and that is where your skill lies to identify which case it is falling into. Okay till here? So expressing of name is not an issue. That is fine. That is completely okay. Clear? Now check. When the name of donor is displayed in the recipient institution understood? Trust, na bachcho? Name is displayed in such a manner which can be said to be an expression of gratitude and public recognition. I mean, thank you for that, thank you for the donation of donors act of philanthropy. Philanthropy means charity. Okay, philanthropy means charity, and is not aimed at giving publicity to the donor in such a manner that it would be an advertising or a promotion of his business. Understood now? Grey area. Then it can be said that there is no supply of service. Means, bachcho, tell me, the trust displaying name of donor, is that okay or not okay? Is that a supply or not a supply of service? Trust displaying name of donor is not a supply. Is not a supply. Trust displaying name of donor along with business of donor, it looks like advertisement. That will be supply. Donor gave donation, trust promoted the donor. Promoted means promotion, advertisement. अरे कुछ समझा कि नहीं? Understood or no? Check. Donor gave the donation and trust is promoting the donor, or trust is promoting his business like an advertisement. In that case, bachcho, that will be a supply. Yes or no? Star mark here. Khushbu, Nitin, Indrajit, Mansi. In other words, let us check one few examples. In other words, there is no obligation, that is duty, on part of recipient of donation or gift to do anything, that is supply service. Therefore, no GST liability arises on such consideration. That means if the donee, not donor, donee is who? Trust. If they don't do anything, neither name, neither advertisement, neither anything, then that is full donation. There was no element of supply over there. Okay till here all of you? Fine? बोलो हाँ ठीक है ना? Examples, please pay attention. Bhushan donated a blackboard to Yoganist Sansthan, a charitable yoga institution. The Yoganist Sansthan printed underneath the blackboard, so donated, good wishes from Mr. Bhushan. Is it a supply or not a supply? Bolo fatafat. They have not given you the answer. It is not a supply, bachcho, okay? Here they have given the answer. ठीक. Another example. Srimati Durga Devi donated some money to a temple in the memory of her late father. The temple trust constructed a room in the temple complex from such donation and wrote, donated by Srimati Durga in the memory of her father. Again, not a supply. Yes, still here? In the above examples, it may be noticed that there is no reference or mention of any business activity of the donor which otherwise would have got advertised. Right? Alright, hi and now. Star mark wherever I am doing star mark so that you can revise those points later on fast. Okay? What is important? If the trust does advertisement of business of the donor, then that was a advertisement expenses or advertisement supply. Fine till here? Check. Thus, GST is not leviable under where all the following three conditions are satisfied. Gift or donation is made to charitable organization. Payment has the character of gift or donation. Okay. Purpose philanthropic and no commercial gain should and not advertisement should happen for the donor. Fine till here? Okay or no? So the last part for today. Art's work sent by artists to galleries for exhibition is not a supply, as no consideration flows from the gallery to the artist right now. Just because they are sending their items for display, there is nothing they are getting in return. The artists, okay? So artists give their work of art to galleries where it is exhibited, displayed for supply. However, no consideration flows from gallery to the artist when the artworks are sent to the gallery for the exhibition, and therefore the same is not a supply. It is only when there is a clarification here. A buyer selects a particular artwork displayed at the gallery that the actual supply takes place. An applicable GST would be payable at the time of such supply. Have you heard about your handicraft items or saris, materials, wholesales, defective items, export rejected, or diamond, jewelry, dresses kind of exhibition throughout the country? Throughout the country means it may be displayed in some other state as well. I know. Quite possible. Especially whenever they are coming to a city or town, in the newspaper they do a big advertisement. They buy, by the way, especially whenever the goods are rated for export, they buy in kgs, and here but they supply 100 rupees each, 100 or 200 rupees each. The bulk quantity of clothes are not traded or बच्चों bought item wise. Okay, clear till here? Yes. Any transaction involving supply of goods and or services without consideration is not a supply unless it is deemed to be supply under schedule 1. Schedule 1 we have na, all those supplies without consideration will be supply if it is without consideration. Only what which are given under schedule 1 है ना. Fine till here? Chalo. In course or furtherance of business बच्चों, that we will deal with in the next session or next lecture. Okay everybody? Fine till here? Yeah. Right now this much for today for GST. Okay,
Recording stopped.
चलेगा? ठीक है बच्चों, अभी के लिए इतना ही. ठीक है एवरीबॉडी, चलो फिर अभी के लिए इतना ही. मिलते हैं फिर तुमको मैं कल. मैं तुमको डेली बच्चों कल मिलूँगा फिर अभी, है ना. अभी शाम को भी लेक्चर्स हैं मेरे. तुमको अगर बैठना है फास्ट ट्रैक के लिए तुम बैठ सकते हो. ठीक है, मैं फिर से मतलब कंपनी नेटवर्क रिवीजन चालू कर रहा हूँ. तुम्हारा भी वैसे हो जाएगा 1-1.5 हफ्ते में मैक्स. अदर लॉज ऑल्सो हो जाएगा अपना. ओके, अपना एजेंट चल रहा है ना, एजेंट को और 1-2 दिन लगेगा समझते. उसके बाद 2-2, 3-3 सेशंस मैक्स फॉर ये कौन तुम्हारा इंटरप्रिटेशन एंड नहीं दैट इज़ ओके. वो अपने के लिए कोई नहीं, अपने वो रेगुलर बच्चों के लिए कुछ नहीं है. फॉर जनरल क्लॉजेस एंड इंटरप्रिटेशन एंड नेगोशिएबल का थोड़ा टाइम लगता है, बट उसको अपन थोड़ा अलग वे से ट्रीट करना पड़ेगा. ठीक है एवरीबॉडी, चलो ठीक है. तो कल का टाइमिंग आई लेट यू नो ऑन द ग्रुप वगैरह जो भी तुम्हारा है ना. चलेगा, चलो यूट्यूब वालों बाय बाय.